Hi, I'm Liam Lyons. I'm a sophomore journalism student in Com 180, John Plovka's class. I'm also a host of the Two Liams podcast in that class. For this project, I'll be interviewing several people about asking a very specific question, and who was their favorite baseball player growing up and why? My answer to this question was Mark Buehrle. When I was growing up, I've been a White Sox fan my whole life, and Mark Buehrle was one of my favorite players to watch. He's a great pitcher, overall great guy, and he brought a sense of leadership to a team that was not always the best. So that's my answer, but throughout this video you hear several different answers and people's explanations to why they like that player. Who was your favorite baseball player growing up and why?
I would have to say Adam Dunn. He was the first baseman for the White Sox when I was a little kid, and I really liked how he hit the ball hard, and I liked his batting stance a lot.
My favorite baseball player growing up was Anthony Rizzo for the Cubs. Just kind of made me fall in love with baseball, and he was a leader for the team for years, and yeah, I'm still a big fan to this day.
Okay, so my favorite baseball player growing up was Derek Jeter. I'm a lifelong Yankees fan. I played college baseball myself, and I was a shortstop, so it was kind of easy to pick him as my favorite player. But modern day, I would say Bryce Harper's my favorite. I just think he's a clutch player, and when it comes down to crunch time, that's who you want at the plate.
All right, my favorite baseball player growing up was Paul Konerko. I like the Sox. I always take the train of the game, and he always played really hard. He was a good team leader, and yeah, he was just a tough player, and I liked him a lot.
My favorite baseball player growing up as a huge Cubs fan was Anthony Rizzo, but to try and keep it a little bit original based on the others, I want to go with Jon Lester, because Jon Lester brought that energy to the Cubs. He was quite possibly, aside from Marian Hossa, the biggest free agent signing in Chicago sports history. He brought that energy. He was well on his way to a Cy Young in 2015, if not for his own teammate beating him in Jake Arrieta. And he brought that energy especially for the playoffs. He could just turn it on. He won with the Red Sox. He won with the Cubs. I mean, if you're a player that can do that with two cursed franchises, you're a great pitcher. And he's well on his way to potentially a Hall of Fame career.
So thank you all for tuning into this video. Throughout this video you've seen several different answers about who's everyone's favorite baseball player was growing up and why they thought that. And I know that a lot of you may have different answers for this question. I said Mark Buehrle. A lot of people said stuff for Sox teams, Cubs teams. We even had Derek Jeter in there. But just know that baseball is a fun game. Everyone has many different memories of it growing up. And whoever you root for, just know that no team is better than the Chicago White Sox. Thanks for tuning in. And hopefully, if you see this video, you take Com 180 one day.